$6,720. I looked at that paper on the lawyer's desk. My hands were shaking. I couldn't believe it. 20-6 days ago, I was sitting alone in my kitchen at 3:30 in the morning, crying. $340 in my account, $10,400 in debt. Eviction notice taped to my door. My mother dying of cancer with no money for treatment. I had lost everything. There were no more doors. There was no more hope. Until I found a video about a strange method that changed everything. My name is Michael Hayes, and if you're looking to improve something in your life right now, or think there's no way out, this story will change everything. Because in 26 days, my life turned completely upside down, and it all started with 3 numbers on a desperate early morning. Stay with me until the end. Go ahead and leave your like and subscribe to the channel, because you need to know exactly how I did this, and how you can do it too. My name is Michael Hayes. I'm 29 years old. This story begins a few months ago, when I was working as a salesman at a luxury car dealership in Brickell, Miami, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, selling cars that most people will never be able to buy. My life was a balance sheet that didn't add up. My mother, Linda, had been in cancer treatment for 8 months. Medical bills already totaled $11,000. Rent was 2 months late, $1,200 per month that I didn't have. I had received the eviction notice taped to my door. I was making $3,800 a month. After taxes, $3,100 remained. Rent, $1,200. Medical bill installments, $420. Car, insurance and gas, $380. Food, $250. In the end, $670 remained. And of that $670, I needed to save for the late rent, for my mother's emergencies, for medicine. At the end of the month, $50, maybe $60 remained. At the dealership, I would smile. Good morning. How can I help you today? I would show cars worth $75,000, $90,000. I would see men my age, sometimes younger, signing contracts without hesitation. Richard, the general manager, treated me like furniture. Useful, but disposable. There was a manager position that was going to open in January. Salary of $5,200 per month. It would be the difference between sinking and being able to breathe. I had worked 3 years for it. But Richard had a recently graduated nephew who had started 2 months earlier. Travis, 23 years old. Gelled hair, the confidence of someone who had never needed to worry about money. You already know how this story ended, don't you? There were nights when I would stay in the parking lot after work. I would sit in my 2012 Honda Civic between the rows of gleaming cars. The lights of Brickell lit up in the distance. The skyscrapers, the reflection in the bay. Everything so beautiful, so close, so unreachable. I would call my mom. Son, are you okay? Her voice came out weak. Yes, Mom, I just wanted to hear your voice. You work too hard, honey, just like your father did. My father. He died when I was 12 years old. Heart attack at 42. He worked 2 jobs, never stopped, and in the end, what was left? Debts. Your father always used to say. My mother continued, coughing a little, that we attract what we think about. If you only think about problems, you'll only have problems. I was stuck. Stuck in a job that wasn't taking me anywhere. Stuck in debts that were growing faster than I could pay them. Stuck in a life I didn't choose. But I didn't know that everything was about to change. That there was a door where I only saw a wall. Have you ever felt like this? Trapped in a life that wasn't what you dreamed. Stay with me. Wednesday, November 15th, the day everything completely fell apart. Richard called me into his office at 8 in the morning. We had a serious complaint yesterday. Mrs. Patricia Thornton. Sir, that's not true. I was completely professional. I don't care. He adjusted the watch on his wrist. The manager position, already filled. Travis takes over in January. 3 years. 3 years swallowing humiliation. And in the end, In the end, it doesn't matter how hard you work if you weren't born into the right family. At 5 in the afternoon, my phone rang. Mr. Hayes, if full payment of $2,400 is not made by Friday, we will initiate the formal eviction process. $2,400. Friday, 2 days. At 6 in the evening, Emily called. Her voice was shaking. Michael, you need to come to the hospital. Now, I arrived at the hospital. Emily had been crying. The doctor said the treatment isn't working as they expected. She needs a new medication, more aggressive. Insurance won't cover it. How much? I asked. $5,800 to start, then $1,100 per month. $5,800. I went in to see my mother. So small, so fragile. I held her hand. Son, about the treatment. I've lived my life, honey. Raised my children. If God wants to take me, don't say that. My voice broke. Please. I drove home on autopilot. I sat at the kitchen table. Calculator. All the bills spread out. I did the math again, as if this time the result would be different. I needed $2,400 by Friday. I needed $5,800 for Mom. I needed $2,200 for the car repair. Total, $10,400. I had $340 in my account. And for the first time in years, since I promised myself I would be strong, that I would be the man my father didn't have time to be, I broke down. I cried. Alone in that hot kitchen. I cried from exhaustion. I cried from anger. I cried because I worked so hard and it meant nothing. I cried because my mother was dying and I was incapable of saving her. Invisible, broken, defeated. Have you been there? In that place where there's nowhere left to run. That's exactly where everything started to change. I couldn't sleep that night. At 2 in the morning, I gave up. I went to the kitchen, made strong coffee. I sat with my old laptop, started looking for anything. Personal loans, all denied. Side jobs. Nothing paid enough fast enough. Every door tried to open slammed in my face. It was 3:30 in the morning when a video appeared on the screen. Eye-catching thumbnail. I manifested $10,000 in 30 days using this ancient method. Normally I would scroll right past. Law of attraction. Manifestation. I always thought it was talk for people who don't have real problems. But at 3:30 in the morning, when you're drowning, you grab onto anything that floats. I clicked. A girl in her early 20s talking enthusiastically about how she was completely broke, hopeless, until she discovered the 369 method from Nikola Tesla. She explained that Tesla, the genius inventor, believed that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were the key to understanding the universe, that everything vibrates at specific frequencies, and that we can align our personal frequency with what we want through intentional repetition. The method was simple to work. Write a specific affirmation 3 times in the morning, right upon waking, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night, before sleeping, every day, and most importantly, feel as if it were already real. Visualize, live the emotion. I watched the entire video, then another. Stories of people manifesting money, jobs, relationships. I looked at the clock, 4:20 in the morning. I thought, what do I have to lose? I grabbed an old notebook, opened to a blank page, grabbed a pen. I needed to be specific. I calculated quickly. Eviction, $2,400. Mom's treatment, $5,800. Car, $2,200. Over $11,000. But something inside me said to be more humble, more achievable. I wrote, I am grateful for having received $8,500 that cover my urgent needs. I read it again. It sounded strange, writing in the past tense, as if it had already happened. But it was important. I took a deep breath. I felt ridiculous. A 29-year-old man, sitting alone at 4:30 in the morning, writing affirmations in a cheap notebook as if it would change anything. But I wrote, slowly, I am grateful for having received $8,500 that cover my urgent needs. I closed my eyes, tried to feel. What would it be like to have that money? See my bank account with $8,500. Second time, Third time. When I finished, something small had changed inside me, a small light in a dark room. I went to work. The day was like any other, but something was different. There was a small flame inside me, a small foolish hope, but it was there. At lunch, I sat in my car, wrote 6 times. At night, when I got home exhausted, I wrote 9 times. Day 2, I woke up 3 times. Lunch, 6 times. Night, 9 times. Day 3, the same thing. Nothing changed. I still owed rent. My mother still needed treatment, but I was different, calmer, more focused. Day 4, Friday, eviction day. I woke up expecting to come back from work and find my things on the sidewalk. During lunch break, checking emails on my phone, there was a message from the building management, Mr. Hayes. Due to an error in our payment system, some tenant payments were processed incorrectly last month. The eviction process is temporarily suspended until we resolve the situation. I read it 3 times. A system error, a blessed computer error, had just given me another week. Maybe 2. Coincidence. Probably, but I kept writing. 3, 6, 9. Every day. Do you think it was just coincidence? Or is there something more happening when we change our frequency? Stay with me. I continued the practice religiously, every single day, without fail. Day 7, a full week. I woke up different. The weight was still there, all the bills, all the problems, but it was as if it had decreased, as if I could breathe a little better. Day 9, a customer had helped a month ago came back. Mr. Harold Chen, owner of a tech company. Michael, just the guy I wanted to find. Mr. Chen, everything okay? Any problem with the vehicle? No, the car is perfect. Listen, I'm expanding my company. I'm going to need to buy a fleet of 5 vehicles for my executives. I wanted you to give me a private consultation. Outside of here, I can pay $480 for the consultation. My heart raced. $480 for a few hours of my Saturday. Day 12, checking emails at night, there was a message from the credit card company. A dispute I had filed 6 months ago and had completely forgotten. They approved the refund, $123. I started to notice a pattern. They weren't giant things, but they were small synchronicities, small doors opening, and more importantly, I was seeing those doors. I was present enough to notice. Day 15, I did the consultation for Mr. Chen, spent the entire Saturday afternoon with him. I managed to save almost $14,000 for his company on the total package. At the end, he gave me an envelope. Michael, if you ever want to leave that dealership, look me up. I always have space for competent people in my company. I opened the envelope in the car. $480 in cash, as promised, plus a $290 bonus check. $770 in a single day. Day 18. Emily called me. Michael, you won't believe it. Our cousin Teresa works in administration at Jackson Memorial. She called me today, said she was reviewing financial assistance cases and saw moms. There's a state aid program for cancer treatments that most people don't know exists. Mom qualifies. They'll cover 65% of the new medication, 65%. That reduced the $5,800 to approximately $2,000. Out of nowhere. Right now, right when I was manifesting, I started doing the math. The $770 from the consultation, the $123 from the refund, savings I made by skipping lunches. I was getting to approximately $1,500. And now I only needed $2,000 for mom, instead of $5,800. Plus the $2,400 for rent. Total, $4,400. Still a lot of money, but significantly less impossible. Day 21. 3 full weeks. I was writing my 9 nightly repetitions when I had a strange thought. Where would the rest of the money come from? And then I remembered. My father, after he died. My mother discovered he had a small life insurance policy through the construction company. She used almost everything to pay for the funeral and his debts, but she set aside $1,000 and put it in a small savings account in my name. For your future, she said. I had completely forgotten. That account sat there for 17 years. Could it still be there? With compound interest over 17 years. How much would it be? Day 23. I spent Saturday morning at the bank. The manager went to look for old records in the system. Here it is. Savings account opened in 2007. Initial deposit of $1,000. With compound interest over 17 years. The current balance is $1,847. $1,847. Money my father had left. That had been waiting for 17 years. Now I had approximately $3,350. I needed $4,400, a little over $1,000 short, and I was on day 23. I kept writing. 3, 6, 9. Every day. Faith growing. Hope becoming more real. Are you seeing the pattern? How doors start to open. How the impossible becomes possible. Stay with me. The best is yet to come. Day 26. I was closing the dealership on a Thursday night when my phone rang. Unknown number from Miami area. Hello. Good evening. I'm trying to reach Michael Hayes. This is me. My name is Robert Sullivan. I'm a lawyer specializing in unclaimed inheritances. I'm contacting you about an inheritance from your father's estate. James Hayes. My heart stopped. My father. He died 17 years ago. Yes, Mr. Hayes. I'm aware. Here's the situation. Your father was a member of a construction union. When the union dissolved in 2015, some benefit funds were converted into shares of a company in the sector. These shares went unclaimed. We're now locating heirs. Shares. What kind of shares? I can't give specific details over the phone, but I can say that, after taxes and administrative fees, your father was entitled to an amount that now belongs to you as the direct heir. I would need you to come to my office. How much? How much are we talking about? I can't reveal the exact value until I verify your identity in person, but I can say it's in the thousands. Could you come tomorrow morning? Thousands. In the thousands. Double quotes. Yes. Yes, I can. I didn't sleep that night. Day 27. The office was small but professional. Robert Sullivan was about 60 years old. White hair. Reading glasses. He checked my documentation meticulously. Everything is in order. Mr. Hayes, your father was a member of local union 5 to 8. When the union dissolved, the benefit funds of deceased members were invested in shares of a construction materials company. These shares appreciated significantly in recent years. He opened a folder, showed documents. After all taxes, legal and administrative fees, the net value that belongs to you is ... He slid a paper across the table. $6,720. The world stopped. $6,720. Is this real? Completely real, Mr. Hayes. Your father contributed to the union for 12 years. This money is legally yours. I just need you to sign these papers and the check will be issued within 48 business hours. My hands were shaking as I signed. I left that office in complete shock. I sat in my car, looked at my hands. $6,720. Added to the $3,350 I already had. Total, $10,070. I had asked for $8,500. I was going to receive $10,070. There were 6 days left until my complete 33 days of the 369 method. I put my hands on the steering wheel and cried. Deep sobs. Years of tension, fear, despair coming out in tears. I cried for my father who worked himself to death. I cried for my mother fighting cancer. I cried for myself, for the broken man I was 27 days ago. And I cried with gratitude. My father, he had left me something, didn't know, never imagined. But 17 years later, when I needed it most, it was there. The universe had answered, not the way I imagined, not from where I expected, but it had answered. Coincidence, luck, or something deeper operating when we align our frequency with what we desire. Monday, day 30. The check arrived. I went to the bank, deposited it. Wednesday, day 32. The money appeared in my account. $10,070. I transferred $2,400 to the property management. Eviction notice canceled. I transferred $2,000 to the hospital. My mother's treatment would start on Friday. I paid for the car repair. $2,200. It wasn't wealth. It didn't solve all my problems. But it was air. It was space to breathe. I visited my mother at the hospital that night. She was better. She had more color in her face, more life in her eyes. "Son, you look different," she said, holding my hand. "I am different, Mom," I told her. Everything, the despair, the video at 3 in the morning, the 369 method, the daily affirmations, the small synchronicities, Dad's money. She was quiet for a long time. Tears rolled down her face. "Your father, he's still taking care of you. Still taking care of us." "I think so. And you did this, Michael. You changed something inside yourself. Opened a door." I just wrote in a notebook. "Mom." "No." She squeezed my hand harder. "You did more than that. You decided to believe. Even without proof. Even without guarantees. You decided to believe there was a way out. And that decision changed everything." She was right. The 369 method didn't create money out of nowhere. It wasn't magic. It was alignment. It was changing my internal frequency from despair and panic to possibility and faith. It was opening my eyes to the opportunities that had always been there, but I was too blind to see. Day 33. Last day. I woke up early, sat at the table, opened the notebook where I had written the same affirmation 594 times. I am grateful for having received $8,500 that cover my urgent needs. I had received $10,070. $1,570 more than I asked for. I wrote for the last time, 3 times in the morning, but I changed the words. I am grateful for everything I received. I am grateful for the abundance that continues to come. I am grateful for being able to share this blessing, because I realized something important. The method wasn't about manipulating the universe, it was about aligning with it. And the best way to maintain abundance is to share. The following Saturday, I did something I had never done. I posted a simple video on my phone, sitting in my kitchen, with the notebook in my hand. I told the story, all of it. If you're at rock bottom, if you think there's no way out, there's a door. There always was. You just need to change your frequency to see it. 3, 6, 9. Write your affirmation. Feel as if it were already real. Trust the process. 33 days. 1 day at a time. I posted it on my Instagram, which had 200 followers. I thought maybe 10 people would see it. In 48 hours, it had 50,000 views. People from all over the world sending me messages. Mr. Chen had offered me a real job. Operations coordinator at his company. Salary of $5,800 per month. Health benefits. Paid vacation. Respect. I gave my notice 2 weeks later. You see now how everything connects, how the impossible becomes possible when we change from within. Today, from months later, my life is different. I'm not rich. I don't drive a Ferrari. I don't live in a penthouse. But I'm free, and freedom, I discovered, is worth more than any luxury car. My mother finished the first cycle of the new treatment. The doctors are optimistic. She's gaining weight back. She's cooking again. I continue practicing the 369 method every day, but it's no longer about money. Now I write about gratitude, about health, about opportunities to help other people. The 369 method works because, first, clarity. When you write your desire 18 times a day, it stops being vague. It becomes specific, measurable, real in your mind. Second, focus. Instead of spending the day ruminating on problems and fears, you dedicate conscious moments focusing on the solution. Your subconscious mind starts looking for paths that were invisible before. Third, emotion. When you visualize as you write, when you feel gratitude as if it were already real, you literally change your energetic frequency, and similar frequencies attract each other. Fourth, action. The method doesn't replace action. It prepares you to act. It opens your eyes to opportunities, but you still need to walk through the door when it opens. And fifth, connection. You realize you're not alone on this journey, that there's something greater operating. Call it the universe, God, energy, synchronicity. The name doesn't matter. What matters is knowing you're not fighting alone against the world. Nikola Tesla said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." The numbers 3, 6, and 9 were sacred to him, not because they were magical, but because they represented patterns. Patterns of creation, patterns of manifestation. 3. The creator, the initial intention. 6. The connection, the bridge between intention and reality. 9. The completion, the full manifestation. It's quantum mechanics in simple language. It's neuroplasticity. It's subconscious reprogramming. It's behavioral psychology. It's all of this and a bit more that science still can't fully explain. And it works. My God, it works. But I need to be honest with you. It won't work if you write mechanically while watching TV. It won't work if you don't feel. It won't work if you keep checking your bank account every hour in desperation. It won't work if you try to control the how and when. You write. You feel. You let go. You trust. And then you act. You say yes when opportunities appear. You call back when someone offers you something. You go to that meeting. You have that difficult conversation. You take that step that seems scary. The universe will open doors, but you need to walk through them. If you made it this far, if this story touched something inside you, it's not a coincidence. It's because you needed to hear this. So don't keep it to yourself. Share it, because maybe someone you love is exactly where I was, at rock bottom, without hope, thinking there's no way out, needing to hear that there's a door. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to hear more inspiring stories like this.